In this video, we want to talk about the history of marriage ring. In modern Greece, two rings are used, the gold ring for the groom and the silver ring for the bride, which are exchanged as a sign of oneness and equality. But in fact, the greater value of the men's ring indicates the superiority of their position. At one time, an iron ring was also sent as a sign of commitment to the bride. This iron ring was made as a symbol of the durability and stability of the marriage contract. Rings of brass and copper have also been seen in previous periods. Formally, a simple ring is not always the only shape of a wedding ring, and sometimes various shapes are carved and engraved on it, like a key to show a woman's domestic authority. Subscribe our YouTube channel to watch the rest of this video and more. In the 15th and 16th centuries, the Italians used wedding rings which were mostly made of silver and worked with black enamel. Medieval Europeans also used diamonds for wedding rings and considered their power to protect the marriage contract. Irish peasants also believed that marriage without gold ring was not legal. There were two large squares in honor of the moon and the sun in Orkney. Centuries ago, if the Medians wanted to go married, they would go around a rock named after the moon and the boy would go around the ring of the sun. Their hands met at the place of the wedding ring, which was a hole in the stone, and by this means they declared their loyalty and commitment to each other and became a couple. The divorce ceremony was much simpler, so that the couple could enter the church together and then go out each other differently. Among the Anglo-Normans, the ring was placed on the middle finger of the right hand, but this custom changed in the late 17th century. The Quakers, members of the Society of Friends, rejected the wedding ring as a remnant of the supremacy of pagans and infidels, and some Puritans are still trying to abolish such a formality for the same reason. Although the ring was absolutely necessary for marriage in the Church of England, its gender and size did not matter. In Iceland, where both engagement and marriage were accepted for money, the ring seemed less necessary because the girl was expected to receive her gifts in cash. The ring was still used in this country, but it was hardly called a finger ring because it was made of different shapes of bone, stone, black amber, gold and silver, and was sometimes so wide that it did not allow the hand to cross it. During the engagement ceremony, the groom would pass 4 fingers on the palm of his hand through this ring, and in this way he could hold the hand of the bride. Dropping the ring on the 4th finger of the left hand is based on the old belief that the vein of this finger reaches the heart directly. Of course, there is also the fact that less durable metal in the finger and hand, which is used less than other hands and fingers, is less damaged. It is said that the ring was thrown in the right hand among the Anglo-Normans and later changed to the left hand, the same hand that is lower in rank. Some also believe that this finger is preferred over other fingers because of this old custom, naming the first finger thumb after the father, the second finger after the son, and the third finger after the Holy Spirit. Therefore, after naming these 3 fingers and passing them, the groom throws the ring to the bride. The earliest records of a wedding ring exchange date back to ancient Egypt, dating back 4,800 years. For the Romans, the young lady's acceptance of the ring was a kind of restriction and the acceptance of the law that the girl was no longer free. Even now, the ring and its reception are part of the religious rites in the church. Most people now wear a wedding ring on their left hand. However, some European women also use it on the right hand. It is also official in Scandinavia that some women use 3 rings, one for engagement, one for marriage, and one for motherhood. Jewish brides also put the wedding ring on the index finger, the finger with which they refer to the book according to what they read in the Torah. Do men use a wedding ring? Men's use of the ring is relatively new. Until the middle of the 20th century, most women wore rings, perhaps reminiscent of the days when women were part of their husbands' estates. After World War II, many men experienced long-term separations from their wives, and since then they have also started using the ring as a sign of their marriage, which makes them always remember their wives.